What's up, lovers of whiskey and watchers of YouTube? I'm the Malt activist, and as you can see, I'm in a brand new location. No, this is not my place, this is not my bar. This is my city's most well-kept hidden secret. That's right. This bar belongs to a friend of mine who's been kind enough to loan it to me for a few hours so that I can do the following review. I was at his place the other day and I was going through his bar. You can see behind me, massive collection, great stuff in here, and I happened to notice 3 whiskeys that I thought, "Ooh, that's interesting. I think we need that on the video." And so we have with us the Glenmorangie 12. This is the Accord. We also have the Glenmorangie 14. All right, this is called the Elementa, and finally we have the Glenmorangie 16, which is known as, is that focusing? Which is known as the Tribute. How does that sound? 3 whiskeys, 1 video? Today must be your lucky day. Let's go. What's up? Welcome to our first time viewers. Thank you for clicking through. I hope you like whiskey stuff because this channel is the one for you. If you like what you see, then consider subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, all of the above, none of the above. I don't care, it's up to you. I'm just glad that you're here. To my returning viewers, thank you for sticking around. You guys are awesome. Okay, on to the whiskeys. So these 3 whiskeys, they're all travel retail: the Accord, the Elementa, and the Tribute. Frankly, they sound like car brands to me. The Accord is actually a car brand, by the way, the Honda Accord. For some reason, Glenmorangie thinks that naming their whiskeys after possible Korean car names is the way to go. But whatever, all said and done, these are 3 travel retail whiskeys that my friend managed to get his hands on. And he got all 3, and I said, you know what, this is a great opportunity for a freeloader like me to try all of them and report to you guys. Okay, so let's start with the 12. Okay, so this is the Glenmorangie Accord. This is the 12-year-old, and this is a mix of bourbon and Oloroso sherry casks. Drop some in here. Shall we keep it here? Shall we keep it here? Can you even see it? You can't even see it. Doesn't matter. It's up in the it's in the graphics. It's in the graphics. Check this out. Check this out. Beautiful MSA branding. MSA is my whiskey club here in my city that I am a member of for many years. Okay, what do we know about this whiskey? We know this is 12 years old, obviously. It's, I'm not sure if it's vatting or a finishing. I think it's a vatting of, it says American Oak Bourbon Casks and Select Oloroso Sherry Casks. Okay, so it's not a finish. So I'm going to guess, refill bourbon and some refill Oloroso Sherry. Could be some first fill in here. The literature is quite scarce, so I'm not 100% sure. This is bottled at 43%, so kind of low. And I'm not sure if it's travel retail. I'm going to guess it's probably colored, because nowhere does it say that this is natural color. So I'm going to go with coloring added. And since this is at 43%, I'm going to assume a little bit of chill filtering also happened. So not the ideal scenario for us, but hey, it is what it is. And this is available to you, or I think in retail, for about 70 pounds roughly. Is that high or low? I don't know. How long is the piece of string, right? We don't know. So this is what we know about the whiskey. Let's get on with the review. I like this nose. Very quintessentially good sherry nose, if you know what I mean. Leather, almonds, dark chocolate, cigar box, plums, raisins, and a touch of oak. and some cinnamon in there as well. Yeah, I think it's an oaky cinnamon, so I think the two are interchangeable. So yeah, very middle of the road nose as far as sherry matured whiskeys are concerned. Not bad, you know, not really bad. Nothing spectacular either. I think fairly decent. What do you expect for a 12-year-old travel retail whiskey, right? So it is what it is. Decent nose. I'm not disappointed, but I'm not elated either. So, you know, right down the middle for me. Right down the middle for me. Decent, quite decent. No real off note. No real off note, and I see that as a win, right? As long as if there's no off note, I think we've done well. All right, chin chin. Woo! Wow. Okay, not the best mouthfeel, not the best palate either. Immediately a touch of something bitter, something slightly bitter. I can't put my finger on it. But you know, under that, it has all the characteristics of what you'd expect from you know, an experienced distillery that makes decent sherried whiskeys. So again, it is that dark chocolate, that red fruits, maybe a hint of salted caramel, lots of cinnamon, lots of oak, lots of Christmas spice. But then, yeah, this lingering bitter aftertaste that I'm not a huge fan of, not really working for me. Wow. Yeah, maybe some cardamom in there as well. Look, I think definitely chill filtered, because I can tell that this whiskey wanted to be viscous and almost treacle-like and thick and syrupy, but they chill filtered the shit out of it. That's why it's not the best mouthfeel as far as I'm concerned. It could have been thicker, but it's not. It could have been luscious and lovely, but it's not. It's again kind of middle of the road, and that slight bitter aftertaste is throwing me off, not making for the best whiskey drinking experience. So, not overly impressed with this whiskey. Would I buy this whiskey? I think the answer is no, knowing what I know now. But, you know, again, like my friend who must have seen this as a set while traveling through duty free and was thinking, you know what, 12, 14, 16-year-old whiskeys, after such a long time from Glenmorangie, why not? Let's get our hands on it, and I think that's why he got it. I'm not a huge fan, so whiskey number one. Let's give it a rating. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 C minus. That's below average. And for 70 pounds, I think we have better whiskeys out there that are worth 70 pounds. So for me, this is a no. Interesting though, interesting. Okay, on to the next whiskey. All right, our next whiskey on the chopping block is the 14-year-old. This is called the Elementa. Okay, let's pour ourselves a glass, and I don't know why I'm showing you this. It really doesn't matter, because you know it's probably colored. Yeah, there you go. Okay, what do we know about this? We know this is 14-year-old because it says on the label. We also know this is a new charred oak cask finish. That's what it says on the label as well. Okay, so basically this is, I'm guessing, refilled bourbon matured and then finished off, doesn't say again for how long, in new charred oak. So it says new charred oak finish. I don't know if it's virgin oak, but it says new charred oak. I'm going to guess newly charred oak cask, so maybe a first fill bourbon that got newly charred, and then this whiskey was finished off in that. I don't think, otherwise they would have said virgin oak, right? So yeah, again at 43%, and in the absence of any information on the label, I'm going to assume the worst. which is chill filtered and coloring added. So it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. I'm just here to report. I'm just here to report. Okay? This is what we have. Yeah. Quintessentially bourbon matured. But for some reason with a somewhat of an ethanol edge to it, which I'm not a huge fan of. All right, let's go. Lots of citrus, super zesty. I'm talking green limes and lemon and orange. Some underripe plums maybe. Light drizzle of honey. And of course, huge amounts of vanilla in there. So, you know, I can tell from a mile away that this is a very sort of bourbon-centric offering from Glenmorangie called the Elementa. Again, can't help but think of Korean cars. What do you drive? I drive the Hyundai Elementa. And nobody would suspect anything. The Hyundai Elementa. Yes, so decent nose. Again, nothing spectacular. Again, very middle of the road. I don't know. Oh, did I mention it was for 85 pounds? It's 85 pounds. So 15 pounds over the previous 12-year-olds. So you're paying about 7.5 pounds per year in increased expenses, apparently, per bottle. Yes, the 12-year-old was for 70 pounds. This one is for 85. So you're paying about 7.5 pounds for every 365 extra days. So silly. Look, I think again it's a decent nose. I'm not blown away. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't make me go whoa. And I think that's what whiskey should do, is make you go whoa. But it doesn't. So, no, sorry, nose. Okay, we'll drink. Wow. Terrible. Ugh. Useless. Shitty mouthfeel. Super thin. Not balanced at all. So immediately I get some spices, or prickly spices. I want to say more white pepper. Definitely lots of citrus on the palate. Very, very zesty again. Lots of vanilla. I don't know. That's about it. Maybe with an aftertaste of cumin in there somewhere. But overall, really, really disappointing. Wow. Yeah. Yo, this is bad stuff, man. 85 pound, 14-year-old Glenmorangie Elementa. Not what you want to buy. Useless. Man. So weak, so devoid of character, so mundane, you know, just like it's like a movie without a plot. Ugh. I hate it. I absolutely hated this. I will never drink this shit again. I'm gonna give it a 4D. I think this is our first 4 ever on this channel. I give it a 4D. That's right. That's what it deserves. Man. So shit whiskey, 85 pounds, off the lot. This is the one that's sort of least drunk as well, by the way. So I don't think even his guests liked it. So not a huge fan, not a huge fan. I don't know what to say other than do not buy this whiskey if you see it. Yuck. Okay. Sorry, I'm in a pissy mood. I'm not in a pissy mood. I'm actually in a great mood. This is a pissy whiskey. Don't blame me for pissy whiskeys. Okay, our final whiskey coming up next. I'm sorry, I have a huge correction to make. I messed up the prices of all the whiskeys. So apologies. The first one, the Accord, is actually for 59 pounds, not 69 pounds. Okay, so it's for 59 pounds. The second one, the Elementa, the 14-year-old, is actually for 68 pounds and not 85 pounds as I erroneously reported. I apologize for that. So the first whiskey is 59 pounds, the second whiskey is 68 pounds, which makes my whole joke about paying 7.5 pounds extra per year completely redundant, even though quite funny. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. So sorry about that. I should do my research, but I can't go back and like do the entire video again. So sorry. And of course, in third-party sites or or retail stores outside of the duty-free, I'm sure the prices are slightly higher. So apologies. So once again, 59 for the 12-year-old, the Accord. I think it's called the Accord. Yes. 68 for the 14-year-old, which is the Elementa. And finally, which brings us to the 16-year-old. Yes. The 16-year-old. This is called the Tribute. This is the oldest of the lot. When I say the lot, I mean the three that I have in front of me right now. Let's pour ourselves a glass. I'm going to suspect the worst again, but this one as well. So, what do we know about this whiskey? We know this is 16 years old. It says Heritage Spirit Batch. I don't know what that means. It says spirit created with a hint of smoke, matured in American oak bourbon casks. So this looks like it's been made. It's slightly peated, but again, probably has not probably, but has a bourbon cask maturation in it. But obviously made from lightly peated barley. The peat is probably way too subtle. I really can't get it. Even that hint of smoke, I don't get it. A bottle at 43%, available to you for 85 pounds. I got that wrong. I thought the previous one was 85 pounds, but it's not. It's this one. This one is 85 pounds. And again, like I said, I'll expect the worst. I'll assume the worst. So chill filtered and probably colored. Let's do the nose. Quintessentially bourbon matured, but there's something a little different about this one versus the previous one, which was also very sort of bourbon centric. This one is a little more complex. I think this is a little more mellow. I prefer this. This nose better than the other one. I really don't get the smoke, but in fact it's a bit sweet for me. I get like a lemon cake sweetness or a sponge cake sweetness with the vanilla, hint of oak, mild spices, very mildly spiced. Maybe a touch of something floral. So not a bad nose, not as bad as the previous one. But again, nothing that blows me away. I think it's kind of okay. It's kind of decent. So it is what it is. Okay, I guess there's nothing left for me to do but dance. Yeah, what the hell, dude? Ugh. Useless. Such a thin mouthfeel, man. Why do people chill filter their whiskeys? Ugh, such a thin mouthfeel. Again, lots of lemon, lime, sweet, honey zest. Very confused. Nothing's in balance for me. Very wishy-washy. That's it. I don't get much else. I really don't get much else, you know. At 43%, I don't know, man. I think if they were served at 48% or 46%, not chill filtered, you know, add the color if you have to add the color. I don't really give a shit. But if you chill filter it, then you're really messing with the integrity of the whiskey as far as I'm concerned. And it's not really working for me. And I think it sort of... It translates into a bad whiskey on the palate, and it doesn't work. And I don't think it carries the flavors with it, and those, you know, the fats, the oils that they strip away from the whiskey, just not working for me. So yeah, very, very disappointed. I don't like it. I'm gonna give this a 4D as well. Damn. So I was excited, man. I was actually excited. So 4D, that's a bad score. That's a bad score for a whiskey. This is 16 years old. It's 85 pounds, for God's sake, and it should not be delivering these kind of experiences. So thumbs down for me, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And you shouldn't buy it. Don't buy it. Useless. So he bought all three, right? So 85 and 60 is 145, and another 68 is 213 or 14 or 12, 212. I don't know. I don't want to do the math. But definitely he spent over 200 pounds buying these three bottles, north of 200 pounds buying these three bottles, and he's a lot more forgiving than I am. He's definitely a lot more forgiving. I'm not, since, you know, even though I didn't buy it. You know what I'm saying? If I'd spent over 200 pounds buying the three whiskeys, I would be pissed off. I would be so pissed off right now, it's not even funny. But my friend, he's a lot more forgiving than I am. So there you have it, man. We rated these, we drank and we reviewed these three Glenmorangies. We started with the 12-year-old, which is called the Accord, blatantly stealing names of cars. Then we had the 14-year-old, which is called the Elementa, I think. Yeah, that's it. Weird name for a whiskey. And finally, we had the 16-year-old, which is called the Tribute. And all three together, definitely north of 200 pounds. And in my opinion, no-go zone. No go. Do not go there. For 200 plus pounds, wow. So many good whiskeys you can buy. Multiple whiskeys you can buy for that kind of money. So I'm disappointed. That was the 16-year-old. That was the worst of the lot. But I don't know if I should give it anything less than 4. I really should, you know, as a matter of principle. But I won't. So yes. Shit. I don't like it. Don't buy it. It's useless. But thank you to my friend who I can't name. Let's call him Bruce Wayne. Let's call him Bruce. No, I know. Let's call him Don Corleone. Don Corleone. Yeah, let's call him that. Don Corleone. Who was very gracious to let me have the use of his bar and drink his whiskeys as I chose fit. He's one of my very, very good friends who shall remain forever unnamed. For those of you who know, you know. Let's just thanks to Don Corleone for letting us use his bar, and thank you, more than Don Corleone, thank you for tuning in and listening to my rant. And hopefully something good comes out of this, where you can save some money and not buy these absolute shite whiskeys that are sitting on the shelves masquerading as works of art. I expected more, Glenmorangie. I expected more. But hey, I'm used to being let down by the people I love. Oh, but that's for my other channel. That's for my therapy channel. You don't want to know about that. Okay, there you go, man. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time, peace.